All right. Welcome to Chat Her Up. Let me set up a few things. I'll see you back here in about 90 seconds.
Yo. Yo, it's Joy Monteith, Cali Dami, so tune in, y'all, you already know. Housewives drama, gossip flow. Turn it up, it's the best show. From the OC to ATL, T so hot you can always tell. Throwing shade like a paper trail. We got the scoop, no fairy tale. Chatter up now, no drama and gossip, we break it down. Chatter up, wow, no Cooters in town, let's take the crown. Joy Monteith, Cali Dami, so chatter up, let's start the show.
All right. Welcome back, people. Chatter up, chat her up. Today, we are going to recap the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17, episode 17. Also, the finale for this episode. Um, anyway, I'm sorry. I got somebody that's trying to pipe in and come in. I'll let them come in. We are going to go ahead and get started. Because I wanted to start on time today. So, the name of this episode was Rebels and Outlaws. What did y'all think about that? Rebels and Outlaws. Because we're going to go ahead and start with the opening, which is the chapstick moment of the week. There's all kind of rumors out there about casting and some changes to the cast. And probably the most visible one is there is a rumor I keep seeing, and I don't know if this is fans wishfully thinking or what the process is, but there is a belief that Nene Leakes is coming back. As a matter of fact, all of the little memes and whatnot that people are making, it's like Nene is going to be replacing Shamia. And they're saying that Kelly was offered a friend of contract. Now, honestly, I am hearing, I also have to also tell you something else that I heard. Andy has a podcast that he does. And Andy, if this is an updated one, and I'm pretty sure it is, Andy is saying that those rumors out there aren't true, and that uh, the cast that he likes is at reunion. So all of these rumors that Shamia's gone or and other people are downgraded, I just don't think are the truth. They're just not the truth. And why I think there is this desire to get Nene back, I just don't think it's gonna happen, y'all. I just don't think it's gonna happen. As much as people want, I think with TikTok and so many recreations and that's going on and people doing those little scenes over again, which are fun to watch. People are missing that element of Housewives of Atlanta. Housewives of Atlanta used to be hilarious. And I think the producers that they keep getting keep focusing on they keep focusing on um drama. And while we watch these for drama, don't get me wrong, we we want it to be accompanied with things that make us laugh. Now, I thought whoever edited, was that last week or the week before last episode, that was just funny. And they were kind of letting things in that were kind of, what do they call it? The fourth wall type of things. When you got K Michelle talking about, um Drew needs to better produce. Like, who says that? Or the fact that we had Pinky at some point in confessionals saying that she didn't want Shamia apologizing, when this ends. And usually they don't talk like that. I actually like that. I think if they allow us to see some of the back end stuff, um, it would be a more enjoyable show. I don't know how many of you all watch Love Island. I can't believe as a Gen Xer I watch it, but I do. One of the things that I really like about that, first of all, I'm a huge fan of just reality TV in general, but one of the things that I get the appeal about Love Island is you get to see things from all angle. There really isn't a whole lot of behind the scenes. While we because they actually record those kids and air 6 days a week. Now, periodically, as weeks progress, because it's only on for 6 weeks, um, they start to put like what they call after sun. It would be Bravo's Watch What's Happening Live. That's what it's equivalent to. Those after suns give them some time off as well. But a lot goes on with those young people. And we get to see some of the background stuff. We get to hear people strategizing because, you have audience members voting for their favorite couple and stuff. There's this desire to kind of strategize because there's still $100,000 at the end. While love may be the goal, it ain't always they really want their money. That's why the couples stay together conveniently for a specific period of time, unless one just is just totally offended by the other's behavior, and a lot of times that happens. But the two winners, usually the first and second, possibly the third, really, I would say whoever the finals are, you know. But anyway, if housewives would do the background a little bit more, I think we would have a more enjoyable show. I'm just on the chapstick moment for the day. I was talking about some of the confessionals and how they kind of break this fourth wall. Housewives, unlike a whole lot of reality show, always wanted to present like this perfect like picture. I saw here's a perfect example of this. I saw a post on IG today, and somebody was actually filming, was on the streets and saw them filming for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Obviously, they've already started filming for the next season, and because of that, all the comments were saying, "Oh, I hate I seen it." Like people want to believe that these women really walk down the street and just haphazardly just talk, and the camera just, I guess it's the hiding. They don't like to see that kind of stuff. I personally would like to see it. I think it's more fun when that fourth wall or third, whatever wall number it is. I think it's the fourth wall. Um, I like it when they drop it a little bit. I think it gives us more insight to strategy. I liked it last season when Portia asked for permission to drop it.
Mm-hmm. But
Remember when she asked, and
she
because
did, but she didn't say anything that seemed like it needed to be given permission.
well, I think her issue was really about um Go Naked, because Go Naked technically isn't. I don't. I mean, I don't know if I should use this word. Actually, let me just say it like this: Portia don't own Go Naked.
I know.
It was a collaboration, and that's why she couldn't fire Drew. She even said she couldn't fire Drew. If you own a company, you got to ask somebody permission to fire somebody. Portia probably got a better deal because she probably gets a percentage of every, a large percentage of every wig that's sold. And we talked about this in the previous weeks, where a lot of times that's how they make their money. They're really like brand ambassadors. A
Yeah.
lot of times they don't own them companies. But anyway, how are you
Hmm.
today, Miss Callie?
I have the worst toothache in the history of toothaches. Other
Oh,
than that, I'm good. How about you?
I've been doing okay. I talked a little bit about the rumors about Nene, and then I talked a little bit about what we're hearing that Andy said. That Andy on his
What did he
podcast,
say?
he said that that's not true. He said that
That okay. That
he said
Nene's
the
not coming
rumors.
back.
He specifically said the rumors out there about the cast changes are not true. He said that he loves the cast. He said what you'll see at reunion is what you love. He he's weighing too heavy on this reunion. It might be a great reunion, but it wasn't a great season.
It really wasn't. It started and it got worse every week. I mean, it started off good, but then
Yeah.
they could never really seem to follow up with good.
And one of the things I know, I have one opinion on why I think it didn't, why it wasn't a great season.
What?
And it was Shamia.
Mm,
And it wasn't so much her, it was Shamia has a victim uh a thing about her. I can't,
mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about her, but she wants to always position herself to be the victim. And we're going to
Yeah.
talk about that when we get to Portia. But specifically, she says, I have done all I can to mend my friendship with Portia. And I'm like, what has she done? At what point
Not the
did
doggone thing.
anybody this season, I'm like, seriously, this season, did we ever see an attempt of any sort of Shamia to make amends with Portia?
No, we didn't. She
Okay,
said that
so
she texted her for the birthday. That was about it.
that was before filming, though.
Okay.
Before filming, they had a fallout. That part is clear. So it made the entire season awkward. I think they did a grave disjustice not trying to make amends. And I kind of get Portia not being the one to do it because Portia didn't do anything to Shamia. Shamia was running her mouth with somebody. And Shamia has the best defense. She just ain't got sense God gave a headless chicken to articulate it because Angela set them up. And for her not to get that, and I know people could argue for Portia not to get it, but I also think it should be Shamia that says it because
Mm-hmm.
Shamia has a legitimate beef with Angela, legitimate, hands down. But she don't even
Well,
talk about it.
yeah, but I don't know how legitimate it is. She started the mess. If you're going to start it, don't complain about how somebody else finishes it.
While you
Plain
are
and simple.
correct, you're definitely correct. You can't give anybody information and then be mad that they ran their mouth. You shouldn't have been talking in the first place. That part is
Right.
true. But she still did. They had this off-camera conversation that Angela took on camera to for Portia, how they couldn't put two and two together and say, oh, this is revenge for saying you was gonna sleep with my husband. Why nobody has articulated that on camera is perplexing to me.
Mm.
It's perplexing because it wasn't even like it was seasons later. It was like a couple of episodes later. You have this woman wanting to tell you that I don't think this girl is really your friend. It sounds like even when according to Shamia's argument is y'all was bringing these grievances to me. But Shamia just wants to be liked. She ain't got sense, like I said, not to say nothing. That's why I'm dead serious. She ain't got sense. God gave her headless chicken. She shouldn't have said nothing. Just like Portia didn't say nothing
Yeah.
when Angela brought it to her. But she running off at the mouth. Now they got something to use against you. Shamia may not have said anything bad, but she may have given the impression that there are holes in their friendship. And
Mm-hmm.
but she don't get that. Or she hasn't articulated that. And if she has, she sure hasn't articulated it on camera.
Yeah, I think she gets it, but she
And
doesn't want
then
to. She don't want to talk about it too much and make it look like she is the reason that they are as bad off as they are. She gets it.
and
She just
then when she sat in front of Portia last season at that little restaurant, she made it seem like she was mad at Portia because why you ain't over it? Because
what
that's
she
what
say
it
last season? What she say?
Remember when they were sitting down talking? She didn't say I said X, Y, and Z, or they said.
No.
She was just like, I want you to be the same Portia on camera than you
Okay.
are
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
camera, and all.
Yeah.
So it was like she, for some reason, it's Portia's fault that she was talking about Portia. Like it's like I kept thinking, are we in an alternative world? Like, is this girl doing some kind of mental gymnastics or something? Like, how you gonna be mad at me because somebody told me what you said about me?
Okay. Hmm.
It's almost absurd. And instead of you, I don't think that Portia was looking for a grovel. As a matter of fact, Portia all but begged her not to do this when she looked across to her and said, I don't want to break up with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She lit, those were her exact words. Because, like, losing a friend, I it's low key. It's not bad. I mean, it's as bad as losing your man. It psychologically could be worse. Because when you lose your man, you got a friend to go to. If you lose
Hmm.
your friend, who you talking to? Because that's our therapy. Most of us ain't going to therapy. That's our therapy. We talk to our girlfriends. So I don't know. I thought that whole situation was crazy. With Shamia and Portia, and how she's kind of blaming stuff for her. I don't like it. Anyway, let's move into segment one. In segment one, we have Shamia, K. Michelle, and Pinky. They're kind of debriefing on the Halloween party from the previous episode. It opens with them like sitting around talking, and they're talking about George and all the chaos from their night. And I was wondering, was her it was a talk about how Drew kept taking up for Angela and whether or not that was appropriate for the situation. And I just tend to think so. I don't know what y'all think, but I just tend to think that, um, you know, I guess the argument was that Drew kept jumping in to save her and Angela stumbled. But I'm wondering, did they cut that scene? Because we never really heard George finish his statement. They kind of left it open almost at Angela's advantage for people to assume, well, maybe he said those words, but Angela took them out of context. Because that's what I gathered. That he said he did say something along those lines. I mean, because even Shamia admits that, because even in Shamia admits in her confessional that it was something close and that Angela misinterpreted whatever it was. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think she needs to just drop it. But I wonder how far they went with that cease and desist that she sent. I wonder what else did it say? You can't bring this up again because they've been talking about it ever since. So when
Well,
was
it was
this
about
cease
her. It was about her. She sent that cease and desist after filming. She
after
didn't
the
send,
season?
yeah, after the season was over. And it's kind of crazy because Shamia had said some pretty harsh things about other people. I think you
That's my
have
point.
every right to protect your
Mm-hmm.
family, but you can't ask for people to do what you have, what you've already been doing to people. I can't forget what she did um to Eva, because she called out Eva and whether or not she was sleeping with Missy Elliott and Gay while her then fiance was running for mayor. I still can't get over that. That was stupid for her to be on that show
Oh,
that
I
sleeping with
don't
her.
remember that.
Yeah, he was running for mayor.
Well, I remember he was running for mayor, but I don't remember Shamia saying anything
Yes. She was
about
like,
okay.
she literally said, how does your fiance feel about you being in a gay relationship with Missy Elliott? And you was like, what?
Was that Scooby Dooby Doo you just did?
Yes. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then, wait a minute. Then I can't remember who she was with. Maybe because I don't think it was Candy. It was Phaedra. I mean, it was Portia. No, it wasn't Portia. It was Candy and somebody else. It could have been. It could have been Candy and Phage. I mean, and Portia. Shamia said that Phaedra tried to holler at her first husband.
Shamia said Phaedra tried to holler at her
Holler,
first
yes,
husband.
man.
Yeah.
It's been those were shared. You know,
Yeah.
you say something hypocritical, and the folks, the people is gonna find you. They gonna
So
find old footage,
I am
and
kind
that
of
there's a
shocked. I am kind of shocked that she, if there are no cast changes and she really does come back, I'm shocked that she would even want to come back.
I would, because it seems like she's like got a real bad. Like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that there aren't people that like her,
Yeah.
but very few.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know why she would even want to come
Want to,
back. I really don't.
because she wants to be famous. Y'all keep forgetting that this has been Shamia's dream. This girl has been chasing fame, we know, since Drumline.
But does she want to be divorced? I mean, because some of the stuff that that he is, I don't, if he's watching, that he's having to hear about her and all these other accusations of men and all that. I mean, I might have to sit my wife down and say, really, I'm not accusing you, but do we really want this to go on for another season? How long is it going to be before I am not the topic? I wouldn't like
Or
that at all.
why does she think if Angela done heard some stuff, what about Portia who knows some stuff?
They probably get some stuff together too.
Like, I personally, like, real talk, like, you can't want fame that bad. Because for whatever reason, I ain't gonna say for every reason, I'll just say this. Her husband, Gerald, seemed like a pretty solid dude.
Mm,
He's a little older. He don't look it, but he's every bit of 60.
yeah, he doesn't look it.
And he is extremely wealthy. He seems like we ain't heard no whispers of him cheating. Whatever the situation is, he seemed like a solid dude. Heck, I'm proud that a black man that's successful is on the show.
Mm,
You know, so I just don't understand, why. But I'm not surprised that she would put fame over this, because Shamia is so arrogant. She thinks she can turn this around.
of course she does. That's a little scary too.
Yeah, she thinks she could turn this around, and she's going to end up losing her family. And I saw a clip. I don't know if this was from Shia or from a more recent, but
Hmm.
it was Pinky that revealed that she was pregnant. But
Yeah, yeah.
but I think that Shamia's surrogate is pregnant,
I think so too.
because
And
I
I don't
saw
remember. There was
it's
a clip or something where
yeah.
it said, "What
Her
was
and
it?"
Gerald. Her and Gerald was
Yeah,
sitting in the car. She was like, "We're pregnant."
yeah. So was that?
Yeah.
We just kind of skipped over that. Did happen? It wasn't just me.
No, but I don't know if it was for Shia. That's why I was
Okay.
saying, or if that's
Yeah.
an old video, or if it's a current video.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was hard. We'll talk a little bit about that when we get to this segment. I don't even want to go there. But yeah, let's move on. We're gonna skip over
Hmm.
segment 3, where we're gonna go to segment 3 at Shamia's house. And Shamia reveals that Drew's horse moment at the Halloween party
Oh my
cost her
goodness.
allegedly $2,200 in HOA fine after the horse left the mess in her yard. Was
Well,
she
does
right?
the HOA come walk up her grass and see that, or did she tell
I can't really say, but HOAs are,
them? Well,
girl,
I know how they are.
they see everything. That's all I could tell you. When I say everything, my mama staying with my auntie who got an HOA, and my mother
Mm-hmm.
lets her dog. She sits in the grass while her dog go to the bathroom. Her HOA, whoever that lady was, she need a life.
Mm-hmm.
Because she noticed that. My auntie was like, "How does she even see that from the side?" Because their garage is in the front; it's on the side.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
even if you were driving down the street, unless you pause, the only way that you could see that is if you look back, because you can't see her driveway from the street unless you're right at her driveway.
So
It's
you up there
crazy.
really being nosy. Mhm.
Yes.
Well, I don't. I still think it was real petty for her to even attend. But I will say though, before I even say that, I did not think Drew had anything to do with that. I
I don't
didn't
think
think
so
it.
either because she was embarrassed. But it is kind of suspicious that she was in Cowboy Carter.
But he wasn't. He was in Bonnie and Clyde.
He showed.
I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what they did, or he just was a mess. And did you hear when they said he stood her up on the date because he was scared?
Yeah, how about the fact that and it was filmed.
Uh,
You didn't notice her leaving the day? It was filmed.
no, I didn't notice her. Oh well, I guess I did vaguely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
But
was
there wasn't
filmed.
much to be seen.
It
But
just wasn't much to be seen. They showed
yeah.
her leaving the place. So that meant it was supposed to be filmed.
And so if he was scared, why did he come to the party at Shamia's house
Because he probably don't have to talk
with a
if I'm
horse?
bringing you a horse.
That's just so stupid. That was
Was.
just the stupidest thing.
It was. It really, really was. All right, let's move on to first of all, I thought it was corny because first of all, Gerald went back there and told him that it was there. If it was a problem, Gerald should have told them to get that off your property and keep it
Right.
pushing. That's the man of the house. He was laughing when he got it. When he came out there, he
Yeah, he
thought it
was
was
happy
funny.
and excited. He wasn't concerned about a booba.
He wasn't concerned about no mess. But if you ever been around horses, they do walk and leave large dumps around. And I was like, it's manure. It's good for grass.
It's good for what?
Grass,
That's
manure.
gross.
You know,
Yeah.
all of the mulch that you buy is it got manure in it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why it
gross.
smells
Yeah.
so bad. All right, let's move on to scene segment 4. Segment 4 was an interesting one. Portia and Sway make it official. They have what I call, I think most emotionally intelligent people do. At some point, you have a conversation of, what we doing,
Hmm.
and that
Where are
was
we
their
going with this?
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what y'all think about Portia being exclusive and saying in confessional she real gay? She gay gay.
I think it's okay for her to be exclusive. I mean, I believe the relationship a little bit more now than I did before. Because Sway just seems like there was not a missed step anywhere. She knew exactly how she wanted to be in life and wouldn't care what nobody thought about her. So everything about them just seems legit. Now, initially I'm thinking Portia just killing time, but I don't know. I think it's cool if it's truly something they both want. It seems like it is.
They
Yeah.
do. I've seen them do a couple of, little cutesy, corny, sweet little
Mm-hmm.
things together on social media. But I was watching her. I've noticed that I'm seeing a lot of her ads, a lot of her
Yeah.
ads,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering, boy,
Mm. Mm.
is it possible that Portia is
Listen.
getting a little bit of her karma because Portia gets with dudes because they got money and access.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
She
you're
ain't
thinking,
never
okay.
been with no dude, or in this case, a stud that wants. She might not need Portia's money, but she might be wanting Portia's access because I know that she's a twin because she pops up on my FYP page. She has a twin, by the way, Sway.
Oh,
They look alike, but yeah,
are
she
they
has
both? Are they both lesbians or no?
no. I don't know if her sister is or not. She don't look like it.
Mm.
Like what's Sway is considered a stud.
Yeah.
So yeah, she works. You had this girl on her what was that? Her birthday. She had on a suit like a. It was smooth. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sway. She had on. She considered a stud. Let's just leave it there.
A
And
good looking
her
one too.
sister don't dress like a stud. I don't know what her sister is though, but she ain't dressed like one. But
You know who else? K Michelle's sister looked just like her. Did you notice that last night?
what?
K Michelle's sister looks just like K Michelle.
Oh, does she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just like her. I don't know if she got a country howling or hooling or whatever, but look wise, they definitely look like. But no, I mean, I think if Portia thinks she can really go there, then there you are. Enjoy it, I guess. What do you think?
I mean, it ain't my business. I don't care who folks be with. You
Me
ain't
either.
affecting my household in no way. I enjoy. Portia's a girl who wants to be adored and admired. Like that's her thing. If Sway want to spend $500,000 or the ridiculous amount of money it is to take a private plane and drive around town with Portia, knock yourself out. Go on and knock yourself out. Cause Portia, and I'm not. It is what it is. It is what it is. But and I thought it was funny that she brought up, which tell me that she been watching Portia, that you gonna have problems with the lesbians.
Now, I was shocked to see that. I mean,
Yeah,
I quickly remembered it, but I hadn't thought about that not
we
one
talked
time.
about it. I thought on one of the shows because I brought it up. I
I,
remembered it.
I don't remember it, but even still, yeah. I mean, because how many years ago was that?
Probably about. She was still with Simon. She had married Simon. This was short.
When they
This
saw that, really? I thought that's when Nene was still on the show. Because wasn't Nene there with them?
now this was Ultimate Girls Trip with Giselle
Oh,
when they were in uh Nantucket, Puckett or Bucket.
Nantucket.
Yeah, whatever the name of that place was. It was in Nantucket.
I believe so.
Wherever it was, that's when I don't know what he is, but they were some kind of witch doctor. I hate to call him witch doctor, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all
Yeah, I
know what I
do.
mean. That's what
For
the
some reason, I'm
spiritualist, the
thinking it's
witch
when
doctor.
Candy.
I don't see witch as a bad word, by the way. Some people do. I don't see witch as a bad word, and I'm not into dark spirits at all. But I can respect white ones if y'all
What do you
got it.
mean? People think witch is a bad word? That's not a really.
Well, most people associate witches with demonic forces.
Okay.
And I just think that there are a lot of people that have gifts that they associated with being witchy isn't always witchy. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a spiritual girl. I'm a biblical girl. Too many people in the Bible had too many gifts that we would put under the witchery category and that worked in godly ways. I mean, one of my favorite Bible stories is about Joseph, and he could interpret dreams. I mean, he could interpret dreams. Some people think that's witchery,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that was a gift that God gave him. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't, but today, it is what it is. But anyway, we can move on.
So
What do you,
I overall the I thought it was kind of a slow finale.
it was.
I
It
mean, did they
was.
just run out of everything to talk about or do? Or I was like, is this really it? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been a long season. So, all right, who's next up on the docket?
What you think about Drew's mother and she is 81 years old.
And I thought she was about to start twerking for a minute. You
Girl,
just
her
know.
mama look good though, for
She really
real.
does. 81.
81.
81.
Her
Yeah.
mother looks really good. Talking about black don't crack. Girl, her
Hmm.
mama look good. Her
Yeah, and she's
mother
still
really.
preaching. She's still active, traveling to help Drew out when she can.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we have seen some good mothers as far as their
Mm-hmm.
looks and as they have aged. Yeah. So, but no, with her little red twist,
Right.
what do you call them? What do you call them? Dreadlocks. Yeah, I thought it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cute. They had a good time. But my one question about the whole birthday party is, and I have a post here. I'm about to hit post on. What the heck was up with Mister Dr. Ken?
I was just finna, that's where I was going next.
Let me tell you
I don't know.
what.
Dr. Ken must like Phaedra, honey.
And then
I
he went
wonder, is
over
that the
there.
doctor? Was that the doc? Because they said she was messing with a doctor. When
Oh,
they just didn't want to be on camera.
I don't think
Uh,
that was him.
oh, okay.
I don't think that would be him. I
Oh,
couldn't quite figure it out. But then, then he said whatever he said to Portia, and Portia was like, "Now you over here, kind of trashing me or making jokes about
yeah.
me being married." And she was right. I mean, you completely unprofessional in this moment. But I was cracking up laughing.
Oh,
It's like,
he said, uh, he said,
"Can I
you
be
want
your counsel for your
right
next
for
one?"
your next support. That was shady as
It
heck.
really, and I'm like, Dr. Ken, what are you doing? Yeah.
Phaedra has matured too.
What do you
Like
mean?
she helping out all these girls. Everybody got
Yeah.
free. Cause I noticed even when Drew got
Yeah.
that letter, she hands it to Phaedra. Phaedra like, Lord, like I'm
Yeah.
doing enough free work for you Negroes.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see that portion of the reunion with Kelly when Kelly is mentioning something to her about Portia trusting her even after she got her fired from the last time. I'm thinking, is that what are you really about to say that to somebody who gave you free services of what you needed because you couldn't afford it without it?
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
can't wait to see that and how that's going to all turn out.
Kelly says that.
Yeah, Kelly said it in the sneak peek. She said, and they weren't looking directly at Phaedra on the camera, but who else would she have made that comment to? It was either Phaedra or Portia. You're sitting because she said you're sitting here defending the person that made you lose your last job, something like that.
Oh, she was talking to Phaedra. But I
Hmm.
will say this, Phaedra didn't make her, first of all, Portia didn't make her lose her last job.
Right.
First of all, Phaedra didn't lose well, she did.
She did.
According to Andy, they did not fire Phaedra. The girls refused to film with her. That's what happened.
Well,
I'm just
well,
telling you
wait,
what
but
he
Andy
said.
said, well, Dr. Andy said recently he he did say he fired her.
I
It
mean,
was
he had to put her on pause because nobody would film with her, but she got
oh,
a
okay,
letter to return.
okay.
She got a letter, is my point. She got a letter to return, and all the girls band together. He said it in an interview, like in real time. He said we wanted her to come back, but the girls refused to film with her. And I will say this: some things are dangerous. I did not think that was, because I thought it was taken out of context. But I never thought in a million years that, first of all, Todd and Candy, as freaky as Portia is, would have to drug her to do anything sexual. That
Wait a
to
minute.
me, it never. I never believed that because
So, what did
Portia's
you
the
think was
willing
dangerous?
participant. Hmm.
You said you think it's dangerous?
It is kind of to
Yeah.
me, that one wasn't as it could have been dangerous, but it did not become dangerous. I'm not saying that you can't accuse anybody of wanting to sexually assault somebody with drugs and it not be dangerous. I mean,
Okay.
you're correct,
Yeah.
but I think some of the things that will never be repaired, that's why I think it's more dangerous, is to call my mama a whore on national television.
Right.
That will never be repaired.
Yeah.
I can it's just, it's like, say whatever you want. Candy was able to repair that. You're not gonna ever repair your mama tried to sleep with my husband and your mama was sleeping with the brother-in-law.
What candy repair?
You can't.
No,
It's
what
my
candy?
point.
What did candy repair?
Candy repaired it because she turned something that was negative on her and
Oh,
flipped it. She was
into
able
her
to
dungeon
turn,
shows.
yeah, her dungeon.
Okay.
She was able to take something that was ugly. It's just like even Angela, I mean, not Angela, Pinky. Angela had said to Pinky that she had a girl woman in the basement, Pinky child, and
Mm-hmm.
wrote a book called Woman in the Basement. You have to learn how to take negative things in life and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
That's a life lesson. That's just not
Mm-hmm.
reality TV. That's like a life lesson. It's
Mm-hmm.
and we've done this as a people in some ways. It's kind of like the N word, where we in the 90s, it was going on prior to the 90s, But in the 90s, I don't like this part of it. But we took that word and kind of made it more commercial when it wasn't
At all.
at all. I mean, I ain't gonna say at all because you could look at some old like black exploitative films in the 70s and 80s, and they said N word amongst men all the time,
Mm-mm-mm.
but or pretty regularly. I think when we think of gangster rap in the 90s, we took it to another level and it kind of left our community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we start having stupid debates about whether or not we can use it, who can use it and who can't. I'm like, why is that a problem? It's just that one word. Nobody else in the gay community say, gay people call each other the F word all the time. I ain't gay. So they don't want to hear it from me. It feels different. We as women call each other, I don't, call each other bees all the time. We don't
Yeah.
even take it as an offense. I don't even use that word. And I don't like it when I have girlfriends that do, but I have heard some that would say, girl, be so. And I know you're not saying anything negative to me. But somebody else say, you black B or you such and such B. It's just different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, we debate whether or not we can say the N word. Like all the social norms, we forget. But anyway, let's move that on.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to segment 6 where we talk about Pinky kind of check Shamia's victim narrative. Good God, I'm glad somebody did. At the pumpkin patch, Pinky gently challenges Shamia's everybody's against me energy and says she misses the brighter side of Shamia. Something else I wish she had said, but go on. What you think about that?
I didn't watch that because they started off talking about instantly they started talking negatively about Angela and Drew. That seems to be their go-to topics. So
Hmm.
I think I skimmed through it. I couldn't tell you after that what they said. Mm-mm.
Well,
They're
she was
draining
she
to
was
me.
just basically saying she missed, like every time she see her, she's down, and Shamia was just like, I want to be down, but everything just keeps coming against me. Everybody's against me, and
She
then
needs to really go somewhere.
yeah, I know,
Oh
but
my God, that girl.
it's crazy that
Hmm.
nobody says to her, "Girl, you don't know what you did." Like you called it. Like it's like I know you think in Shamia's mind she was getting even because Portia told that her mama about that business under foreclosure.
Mm.
And in her mind, Portia was basically saying her mama shady. And you think calling her mama a whore is equivalent for somebody calling your mama shady or her, because the reality is there was nothing shady about that deal. If something goes into foreclosure, somebody gonna buy it.
Hmm. I mean, I can see how they would think. I mean, it can be really shady if a friend of yours, as far as we know,
Oh,
friends,
I'm not saying that.
buys your business.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Portia Mama don't have a reason to feel that way, but I want you to
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
about this. If it happened the way Shamia explained, that means the whole fallout between the daddies, uncle, whatever, happened, and then they bought the. So, in other words, they weren't friends like I had thought.
Hmm.
So she bought the business. Did she buy that out of revenge?
Could be. I
Because
mean,
to
because
me,
I can see it in her.
she's showing her mother's heart.
Yeah.
Like her mother may not be like a nice person. Hey ladies, Candy knew Bravo favored Portia over her, so she rolled with the punches. I
Candy knew Bravo faded Portia over Candy.
that's what they're saying. I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know if that's true, Miss Behaving. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I've never. Oh, hi, Miss Behaven. I haven't heard your name and seen it in a while. Of course, I can't see it now either. I don't know who's out there. But yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I always thought that the network loved Candy. Now it's possible
Hmm.
that they were placating Candy because of what Portia, I mean, what Phaedra did, or maybe I still think that Carlos King was involved. I'm totally convinced a producer was involved.
Yeah.
And because they gave Candy a lot, can all of those little extra shows that Candy was
Mm-hmm.
getting that weren't hardly bringing in no viewers
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
them reconciling for airing that.
Yeah.
That's why Britt Eady really should have come back because Bravo would have made it right for her. And
Which,
they kind of sort of,
how would they have made it right? Made
well,
what
for
right?
one, if y'all remember at the end of last season, although Britt I thought was a terrible housewife, toward the end I was like, hold up, she actually know what she talking about. Like my opinion of Britt was changing toward the end.
So did mine. So did mine.
Yeah, so I'm
But
because
what would they have made right though?
they
What did
could
they?
have. I don't know. In other words, they would have
Mm,
given her good editing the next year. Because I
yeah.
thought that they did give her a good editing. Because her running around naked and all of that kind of stuff that they was throwing up in her face,
Mm-hmm.
where she didn't really know what was going to happen. Britt Edie, they would have given her a good edit. They do that all the time. Somebody will have a horrible season. If it's just that season, the next season they'll favor an edit for you. I used to people we trip off that with Potomac all the time. How they edit,
Yeah.
when they favor somebody and when they don't.
Potomac was making some comments today about Atlanta. Did you see that?
What was they saying?
They talked about the reunion. They didn't really like that some people didn't just pick a color and go with it. They was like, "What's the
They
green and the
actually
black?"
did pick. They did. If Giselle, I saw that clip. If Giselle had stopped and paid attention, the green is sitting across from the green, the gold is sitting across from the gold, the black is sitting across from the black. They position them by their color. And they probably could have called them and told them to wear X, Y, and Z. Those were the Scottish colors.
Yeah, I know what it
It's not
was.
out of the
But
blue.
she was like, no, 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 that don't match. They
Yeah,
should.
it was
If you're
they
going to be given a color, go and buy the color. She said.
no, that's not. I hear her, but sometimes they be looking clownish. When I didn't like the season they did all yellow. I didn't like it was a couple of seasons. Or I didn't like the blue that they pick. That's that it's a special kind of blue. It's not navy, it's probably just blue. I don't like that color.
And you talking about Potomac?
Yeah, when
I
they did the
remember the
blue that
blue. Yeah.
season, I didn't
Oh,
like
I thought it
that.
was pretty.
I
I
don't
thought it
like
was
that blue.
pretty.
That's just regular blue. I like navy. I don't like blue.
And we haven't talked about the reunion looks either.
Now we're gonna get there. That's at
Okay.
the end. All right, let's talk about a little bit. Let's move on to segment 7, Shamia's surrogacy.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Shamia opens up about the pressure around her surrogacy journey, and we meet her surrogate, and Gerald meets her for the first time. Were you surprised about that?
No, what's the next segment? I mean,
Oh, you don't want to talk about
I
her?
mean, what is okay? We know that you're trying to have a baby.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I got
Yeah,
you.
I mean, he did. He's like, okay, we'll do whatever we can. I just okay.
I do think it's
Next.
sad though that that's her last male embryo.
Mm.
So this has to work. I saw a TikTok somebody had that was actually about Gerald. It wasn't really about him. It was about
Mm-hmm.
Kenyan men. And basically, this girl, she's from Kenya. She said uh, his last name, Obadia, and then she said her last name. That they are like neighboring tribes or some sort.
Mm-hmm.
She said that um, he gonna leave her have another baby by somebody else.
I
Having
don't.
a male heir is no different to them than it is to watching, say, Bridgerton. Like that, I
But it's
love
not
that.
going to be guaranteed that they're getting a boy. So I
Yes,
don't
it
know why.
is. It's an
How?
embryo. It's an embryo. They've already so when you the, the way
They
that they
just
did what happened
does
was
she not want to carry a baby herself?
she couldn't allegedly. I at this point I believe her. She said that she was having problems carrying because he desperately wants a baby. And they've had like I think she said 5 or 6 failed transfers and those were boys. This is her last male. When they make the because you remember sperm is male or female. We are
Hmm.
just the egg. So they can fertilize, they can separate male sperm from female sperm and place it in an egg.
This
Back
is
in the
her last one opportunity.
This is her
So,
last boy. Now she could possibly, I don't know how old Shami is, because I think she is slightly younger than Portia. She could do treatment again. She might not want to, but she could go through and try to get as many eggs. Your eggs diminish after time, but Kenya got one at 49.
hmm, hmm,
So and she seemed like she in good shape. You know what I mean?
was she 49?
She was 48 or 49. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. She had that baby real like Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson did something similar. I think she was 48 or 49. I knew somebody was 49 and had a baby, and it was on purpose. And they didn't have IVF. So I thought
Child.
that was insane.
I mean, look, I can't talk. I was 40 when I found out I was 6 months pregnant, but
40
49,
is much
50.
different from 50.
I know. I know. I know. Wow.
But yeah. So I mean it is what it is, honey. But she could have another one. She just probably don't want to do that again because
Yeah, she's still
it's
fighting
trauma
fame.
time. Yeah, and
She's so boring.
yeah. All right, Kelly and Phaedra prepare for court. Kelly's, it's kind of crazy that they're preparing for court and they don't go. Do you remember why?
Um, yeah, I do. I do. I don't, but I do because I heard her say that, but it's just not. Why didn't
Because her
they?
husband is suing everybody.
Okay.
He didn't decide it's a delay tactic,
Mm-hmm.
as Phaedra said. It's a delay tactic. You know, he's trying to stay in the game and not have to pay and da da da. But he did get locked up.
Yeah, he did. I was also shocked to hear her say that she has not seen him in years. In years. Does that include? So, does he have no custody, or they
No,
have custody, but the drop off is with somebody else? Or how do
I
you
don't,
never see
I
the
don't think he
father?
sees the children. That's the impression I
Wow.
got last year. And that's what the daughter, if you pay attention to the daughter, her older daughter that's not biologically his,
Hmm,
she was
hmm,
like,
hmm.
it's discerning because he was there for her.
Yeah.
And for him to just disappear and especially girls is a hard thing for like
Hmm.
you cannot be I tell my brother this all the time. You cannot be that mad at your baby mama that you just don't see your baby. I just don't understand it.
I
I'm
don't
like
understand it either, and it
I'd be
happens
on my
every day.
brother like white on rice about that. I was like and it's sad because my brother didn't get the same daddy that I did.
Hmm,
We have the
hmm.
same father, but he was away. My daddy moved to St. Louis, so he didn't see his son, and I am really saddened by that because my daddy raised me.
I know.
So it's sad when you can live in the same house and you essentially are having you as a person. I'm always defending my daddy and my
Yes, you
sister
are.
too, because when my daddy and my stepmother my bonus mom got divorced, my sister moved in. So my daddy took care of the daughters, but you got a son. Oh God, girl, that's a whole wound. But that you can't even
Yeah.
reconcile with because he gone. But anyway, we can move on to Michelle's listening party.
What was up with the wig? That was a little big. Was she doing that intentionally because country people
Yes,
wear big
I
hair?
think
Okay.
so. Yeah, and her twang gets a little heavier.
Mm.
And when she sings, the name of the song was Jesus and Whiskey.
It didn't sound right.
It did. And the sound was bad. Did you
It
hear
was
about
horrible.
that?
It was horrible. Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh, this is the one I like the drag. But K Michelle can sing. We all know that, and I like a couple of her country songs. But that whatever that was last night was not the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was just bad. The sound was just bad. And
Yeah.
I was sitting up here thinking about like personally, like she had a interesting personal arc this season. She went from being superly guarded. You remember she was like, "Is this how we do it in the group?"
Hmm.
To suspicious, everybody got me. You're plotting to actually feeling a part of the group.
She's just fake. She's fake. She felt. I mean, there's nothing else about it. She's just fake. She's. I'm gonna love you one time, Drew, and then I'm gonna be mad at you next week and kick you off and say. I mean, she's fake. I love Shamia. She's my everything, but I don't like the way she moves, so I'm no longer gonna talk to her. K Michelle is just fake. So
What
I
is
don't.
her thing with Drew? I don't get it.
There is no thing. She's trying to have a storyline, and she's trying to say black is rich on PayPal. I mean, yeah, she's just kind of out there. She's out there. She's going to make up whatever she thinks is going to give her something to talk about for a season.
Mm.
And she was reaching with it. That stuff about black. Oh, he just drives me crazy. When he walks into the mama's party, hey baby, hey baby. I'm like, get this creep out of here. What's happening right now? I couldn't take it. But no, K Michelle, I don't know what to think of her because she's so up and down all the time. I don't care.
It's just like, do you think she was trying to be inclusive when she was passing the mic around, or was she trying to like test Drew? Like it to me, it feels like K Michelle comes from her trying to downplay her talent. That I don't know if I like that part of it.
I don't like that part, but the only reason I wouldn't didn't necessarily think she was trying to downplay Drew's voice is because she had the other girls take the mic before Drew and could none of them sing. So,
Yeah.
it just she just kind of went through her little cast right there. I didn't think anything of it. But how did Drew fall? What was up with that?
Oh, they were. It was a combination of her pants and them grabbing her. They were trying to get her off stage, but because if you notice, first she said I fell, and then she said they pushed me. Girl, ain't nobody push you. Yo, her pants was too long.
I
It
didn't see
it was
pushing.
probably a combination of
Hmm.
both, but they were trying to get her off stage, but I don't think they pushed her down.
And it was really uncomfortable when they then went to the back and started talking about black. Somebody made them talk about that. It was just awkward the way they threw it in there. They could have let that out. I don't understand the whole black conversation. It made Kay look crazy, and it made production look crazy because why was he even this much of a topic? I don't get it.
I don't either.
It's weird. And
It
now he's
is.
in jail
What
or
does
on
he
his
go to
way
jail for?
because he was with some multi-level marketing scam or something like that.
What?
Yeah, yeah. They had some numbers on him. He was doing some shady things to get some coins, and he got busted. And then Kay said, "Yeah, that's another reason I don't want to have nothing to do with him." Kay, let you tell that you don't know him at all. Yet you got the text message right there that you don't even want to look at. Yeah, he was such a
That's
waste.
weird. That part was so weird to me. I was
Yep.
like, I thought Drew was making it up. It's like she had some interaction with
Yeah,
him.
you had interaction
Like
with him,
I
but
can see, some random
hmm
guy popping up in your thing. You don't
yeah,
respond because Giselle said they send them D pics all the time.
that is
Robin
so
said she
funny.
looks at them. Robin,
Is that what Robin said?
girl, I was cracking up. Robin said she looks at them. She said that
That's
Giselle
funny.
said she's disgusted by him. She said, not no random dude. They said sometimes they don't even show them the body. It's just the body part.
You know what?
She was
Cannot
like,
even.
no, it's disgusting. Robin started laughing and said, I listened to him. She said, no, she said, I looked at him.
You know what? And speaking of body parts, don't forget to talk about Roland.
Who?
Roland.
Oh, that's at the end. We'll do that then.
Oh, child. They said the
Okay,
size of
so
that is
but
unexplainable.
we can stop talking about Black because I was gonna say what you think about her receipt, but that we already yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
What do you think about K Michelle's reaction? This is the last segment anyway. When Drew failed.
She was about to crack up. And then she said at the reunion, I think it was, that she was down there on the floor where she's supposed to be or something like that.
Yeah, that ain't cool. Yeah.
It ain't
It's
cool, but
little
she
bitty things like that that like it's I'm a strong believer that all of these girls should be able to walk away with their dignity, and if they had a career job for real, they should be able to continue that. So that includes, I don't want Drew to become a joke. She seems like she the type of girl that be trying real hard,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes it falls flat.
Wait a minute, trying real hard to what?
Be sexy, be hard, be it's just like when her and
Drew?
yes, when she jumped up and K Michelle was about to fight and all that.
She was supposed to jump up and K
When
Michelle's
she was
ass.
like, I'm from Chicago, all that
That
stupid
comes
bull.
natural. She did the same thing to Tanya,
I
whatever her name,
know she
Latanya.
did. She sounds stupid then too. Like, how old are we? That's what kids say.
Well,
Like
she was
we
talking to a
still
kid,
we
K
in our
Michelle.
40s still saying where we from.
She was
Like I'm
talking
from
to a
I'm
kid.
I'm from one of the first or the second murdering capital of the world. Unfortunately, it's by capital, not necessarily literal murders, but St. Louis is up there. Like I've never injected where I was from.
Okay, but or would you have preferred her to just let K Michelle talk trash and her just sit there and look cute?
No, she
Okay.
was supposed to go back at her. But one
Hmm.
of the things that I wish these girls would do is to follow the lead of Angela and say, Phaedra. They know how to cuss you out without raising their voice. And I know that everybody in like this. I don't
I
even care if
know.
you raise
You
your
should
voice.
expect K Michelle to be like that though, because she has the
Yeah,
training, but she's
yeah,
just not able to.
yeah, yeah.
Her and her
K
husband.
Michelle said some blunt in your stuff kind of stuff too. But
Hmm. But I bet
anyway,
if somebody say something about that husband of hers, she's gonna be ready to fight because something
right.
ain't right with them cheeks. Y'all notice that? I don't know who
Hers.
he is. What is something? What is going on?
He seemed like a regular dude to me.
His face seem regular
Yeah. He,
with
he's he's
the acne
he's
cheeks.
he's 60. He's not as young
He's
as people
wait a minute,
think.
wait a minute. Did you say sexy?
60.
Oh, so is Muwangi, who was completely cute to me. Forget what
Who's
Angela said.
who is Lawangi?
Muwangi, Mr. Muwangi, Shamia's husband.
Oh, wait a minute. That's who I thought you was just talking about.
No,
I'm confused.
me too.
Who is the cheeks? Whose cheeks are we talking about?
K. Michelle, her husband.
Oh, he's weird.
What's
He is.
wait a minute, now
Yeah.
this changes the whole conversation we
Yeah,
just had.
yeah. Now it got weird. Yeah, he is weird. But I'll say
Yeah,
this:
because no,
I'll give him a
Shamia's
pass.
husband is. I like
I
Shamia's husband,
give her,
but he.
I give
Mm-mm.
her choice of him. I understand because they've been together since high school. We don't have no control how our high school boyfriends grow up and be weirdos.
Yeah, that's
She,
if they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
yeah,
Because
on and
if she
off for
was gonna
years.
really marry somebody 2 days before he proposed, and she did that just so she can get on the show, come on, they'll be divorced probably next year. Well,
If
maybe not, since he did move to Atlanta to
he
get his
bought
new license
and
or
he bought
whatever.
a house. Oh, I don't know if he bought that house because it's so much renting going on in
Yeah,
Atlanta. But
yeah. Well, yeah.
it is what it is. All right, so here's the final question. For the not this for the final verdict. Who do you
Hmm.
think won this season? If you had to pick a person that sits out top, and I want you to think about who loses. One person wins, somebody gotta lose. Who wins, who loses this season?
Um.
You want to think about it while I tell you mine?
Hmm.
Okay, I think Portia won the season. This is probably I didn't see it last season, but I saw it this season. Portia, I don't think she's doing the best of job, but she's definitely the anchor. She managed to give us a fight scene, an argument scene. She
Hmm.
maintained her cool. She knew how to pretend that everything was all right the next day. Unlike Nene, and I love Nene. I think she is if I had to pick her for number two of housewives that I love, she's and she's only number two because Tammy Rowland is number one, and not for the reasons that most people think. I've been following Tammy since my it was my freshman year in college, so that's why Tammy is my number one. But
She been bullying people since your freshman year in college too.
okay, all right, Nene is number two. The thing that irritated me about Nene is when Nene was mad, it took her a second to get it together. And sometimes the second could be an entire reunion. And sometimes the second could be because once Nene feels scorned, she couldn't get it together. Portia proved that she can get it together. She's kind of, which really shocked me, really like Giselle. Like Giselle can get dog, because like when Wendy went off on her, that girl got dog walked. And I love Giselle. Like her and Robin got dog walked. Robin was too drunk to really understand what was going on. But Giselle, because she was real drunk. But Giselle knew exactly what was going on. And she ate that food like ain't nothing happened. Sat around there, ate that Chinese food like nothing happened. Not sulk in her room because the average person would have been and left. But at one point, and she hardly said nothing throughout Wendy's entire rank, except when Wendy said, if I get up and do something, that is the only time that girl spoke almost that whole rant while she talked about her baby daddy and everything. And Giselle said, I bet you won't do that. Or something of that nature. That's not what she said, but that's me
Mm-hmm,
paraphrasing it like you can talk all you want, but don't come over here with no bull crap. But
mm-hmm.
that was that's my interpretation of what she said, not what she literally said. But she did say something strong because that is the only time she said something. She let Wendy go on. It's almost like she said in her head, "That's gonna make some good TV." In my mind, that's what she says. Because people asked her when she does like little events and stuff, like, how do you like withstand all that? Because the couple of seasons and last couple of seasons that Candace was on and Wendy,
Mm-hmm.
they were killing this girl. They were like, it was season after season. If ever since after what happened with Monique, they had been killing Giselle, and she took it.
Well, it's not
Took
like
it.
she don't kill people herself. I mean, she's not the
Nah,
nicest, but I love her.
I'm not saying that she's the nicest. I'm just saying Giselle ain't never read nobody. In all 10 seasons.
Yeah,
I
I disagree.
No, she has said things, but
That's
Giselle ain't
reading
no
them.
reader.
And she
She's not
can
a reader.
she well, not a good one, but she definitely read Candace when she sat and laughed at her for crying. That's her way of reading, and it was shady as heck, and it just showed how she really felt about Candace. So I think you can read somebody without saying many words at all.
That's true. That's true. I never I can't think of I remember some funny things that Giselle has said, but I can't remember what I would consider a read. The only person I know that she goes backwards and forward with is Karen.
Yeah.
And like for real, like somebody it's some Giselle just shuts down. But the only person she'll fight with is Karen. Now she'll fight her and Karen be throwing blows. And in retrospect, if you start rewatching it, you be like, Giselle was on it. She was not lying when she said that girl had all them DUIs and she can't drive and she ain't got no driver's license. Like Giselle was telling it. Your broke truth, your drunk truth. Like she again, it's because of Giselle. We knew what Ashley was from Ashley that we knew that Kara was cheating on Ray.
Mm-mm-mm.
That was actually Ashley, but but any who do you think is win? Oh, the loser of this season is Shamia, because Shamia
Again.
has the absolute recipe, in my opinion, to be top dog housewife. But she's so inauthentic. She feels. I ain't gonna say what she is. She feels inauthentic. She feels um she definitely takes on victimhood. It's weird, and she's tone deaf. because she doesn't understand like at all what she did to Portia. And oh, that was one of the things that we didn't talk about that I wanted to was about Cynthia. She don't understand why Cynthia is mad at her. I hope
Wait a minute, but why is she mad at her?
I hope that Cynthia articulates this correctly because she kind of sort of did. She did not, but she kind of touched on it a little because there's certain things that I know that they can't say on her podcast. But um, I wouldn't want to film with nobody who would call my mama a whore on national television.
Oh yeah.
Because again, I can recover from a lot of things. You cannot recover. You can ruin my husband. That ain't good either. You know, you talk about other people. You don't want what you're personally doing with your life to affect to ruin your family. And
Mm.
that, they mamas or older ladies. They won't y'all again, y'all don't can y'all imagine the phone calls both of their mothers received?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some people called, while some people may have been called to give, some kind of consolatory words, some beautiful words. Y'all know some people called to be nosy.
I get the feeling Shamia's mama probably co-signed her before. Mama, I'm gonna bring this up. You good? I need something to go real
She
hard
shouldn't
with.
have.
Well,
Her
I
mother
think she
shouldn't
did.
have.
I think she
And
did. Is this the same mother that they said was up in the club showing her boobies and then praying? That's what K Michelle said. Yeah, I think
and
that's definitely
calling
something she would have done.
Giselle a and calling not Giselle, calling Portia a
Portia.
Jezebel.
Mhm. Wait a minute, I was reading up on Jezebel too after we was in our group chat the other
I don't
day.
think most people know what a Jezebel is.
It was so funny because both of them have Jezebel tendencies to me. Both
Who?
Shamia and Portia.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I'm like,
yeah.
okay, well, let me see. I mean, of course, I think Shamia is the loser
And for
again
those
for
people
another
who don't,
season.
wait a minute, for those people who don't know, I'm sorry. For
That's good.
people who don't know, Jezebel biblically was a woman. She was a Philistine woman. That's modern day Lebanon. She was a woman who married a Israel king, Ibid. And when he was religious, she was not. She actually worshiped Baal, Baal. Um, Depending on if you into the Anunnaki or if you're into science fiction, you might know who that is. If you're into, oh God, there's an equivalent to Baal in Greek history, like Zeus. But anyway, he's often depicted as the body of a man and the face of some kind of bull.
Bull?
Baal is a bull. Hmm.
I'm no, yeah, I'm looking at it.
So
It's
she
something of
was an
him.
idol worshiper, and she idoled the I can't think of the name of that god. It was a female god that was the god of fertility. So back then they married um bordering or nations that they wanted to merge with, and the king in Philistine asked the king of Israel to marry his daughter, and so they could have a treaty. So they get married, and basically these were very religious people. These were, when we talk about who is God's chosen,
Hmm.
these were God's chosen in kind of realer times. And she basically came in and set up gods in Israel. She put Baal in there, had a wooden statue of the fertility priestess, had people leaving like sacrifices to him. And she was very pretty. She kept getting her way with her husband. And he was so blinded by love and adoration for her, he wasn't really seeing that the people that he was leading were going into idol worship. And this is the story about Prophet Ezekiel and how Ezekiel had to come in there and prove the difference between the idol God and God himself. So when people call a woman, a Jezebel, that's evil. If you are a religious person, you hate Jezebel. Like, she was evil. She took the 12 because you have to remember that the people of Israel, that was one of the tribes because it was 12. And he took those people, religious people, and turned them away from God little by
Yeah.
little because she was pretty and they liked her. Her clothing was different. And when she came, when they got married, she left Philistine with, I can't remember, hundreds of priests under Baal and hundreds of priests under this that princess. Her name was like, it's kind of sound like Shakira, Austria, something like that. I can't think of that god of fertility. All of these priests, which infiltrated within the community, like they ruined the children of Israel.
So do you think Portia has a Jezebel spirit?
I don't, because I don't think. I think people
You don't.
associate the seductiveness of what she was to her husband because it was just, he was whipped. I don't know what to tell you. I always said that would make a good modern day story switch. But he was in love with her. And he gave her um 3 sons and a daughter. And the daughter was even worse. The daughter was even worse.
She got it honest.
Because she
Oh my
ruins
goodness.
Judah. The Bible is so full of scandal, honey. If y'all want to, I could do a whole podcast on it. And it, like, related to, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't think as a Jezebel spirit. I don't think that Portia, she may use her body and her sexuality and her beauty and her access to get men with money. I don't think that is the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit would be a woman who not only uses it for to get a husband, because that's their goal. Their goal is to get a husband and spend their money. Their goal isn't to get their money and then ruin somebody else's life. Like, Jezebel killed somebody, like, for land.
Hmm.
Like, yes, like it was somebody that lived on the north, on the border of Israel, and that king of Abbott wanted to put like a garden out there, and he wanted some land, and
Yeah.
he went to him, and asked him for the land, and he said no. He said, well, can I buy it? He said, no, that was my birthright, I'm not gonna give it away. Like, she killed him.
So in that clip at the reunion, when K Michelle was going back at Portia,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like the initial argument was between K Michelle and what's her name, Shamia. And then, because
Mm-hmm.
she was saying your mama was still there with the boobs out, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
So where the heck did the Jezebel come from? K Michelle
What?
is so
Because
messy.
she said your mom with her boobs out, all up in my face, trying to say be loyal to your daughter and calling her a Jezebel. Because you can hear
Oh
Portia say,
yeah.
who? That's where that comes from. Yeah, like, now we're gonna get to what I thought was going on. Like, Angela was right because Shamia has been plotting behind the scenes.
Sure sound like it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
she wanted an alliance. Y'all remember we talked about that at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the season, last season, that she was trying to form an alliance, and she was trying to form one this year. It's just falling apart because
I wonder why she thought she could. Why, especially if you think about it, which she should have, in my opinion, you clearly know that your best friend Shamia is kind of carrying this show. Whether we love her or hate her, she got her print all over the show. Did you really think you were going to come up in here and get people to go against her the way that she's done Kelly? But we understand Kelly, right? Kelly needs a place to stay. Kelly needs a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, did she really think she could do that?
I think she tried.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
she
have to
tried.
remember that she's been around for a minute.
I know.
And
Hmm.
it's just like, that's why I hope Cynthia, like, articulates herself, because
I
she
hope
can
so.
give more credibility here. Because, I noticed in some interviews that Shamia has been saying, I didn't even know I had a problem with Cynthia. Da, 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 da. This was before the reunion.
Yeah, she's such. Oh my
And she
god.
was like, I don't think that she does. I just don't think Cynthia gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think she gets that. I don't think she has like reasonable, like critical thinking. Like
Yeah.
you can't think what you did was even handed.
Yes, she
Like you,
can.
yeah. I mean, I would rather for you to sleep with my man than embarrass my mother like that.
And I don't know. I just get the feeling, and I don't have any reason for saying any of this. It's just when I look at Shamia, the day they had her on there with her mom, dad, and her sisters,
Mm-hmm.
Shamia has been a victim all her life.
Yeah.
She has been a spoiled little girl all her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's nowhere near as excuse me, her older sisters are nowhere near as cute as Shamia is.
And she's
Shamia is the
beautiful.
youngest. Yeah. Shamia, and now Shamia is married to a billionaire. Shamia's on TV. Her mama and Shamia probably had a plan from day one to take over in some kind of way somewhere. And Shamia, while she has a lot of connections, she just hasn't been able to do it with even with all her talents, but Portia has. So everything she's done on here, I bet her mother had a hand in everything that came up. Her mother wasn't surprised to hear about she tried to sleep with my daddy story. Somebody had to tell her that. I bet those two together plotted up and it just didn't go well.
Yeah, and like I think I said this last week. I might not have. Those girls, Shamia and Portia, don't neither one of them really know what happened. Because real talk,
Right,
do you
right.
really think if Shamia's mama slept with her brother-in-law that she was gonna tell her daughter? Or if
Mm-hmm.
Portia mama, Miss Diane, I mean Miss what's her mama name? Yeah,
I don't know.
Diane. Miss Diane really tried to sleep with Shamia's daddy that she would tell Portia that them girls in the 80s, we didn't have social media. They was probably
Mm-hmm.
out there living it up
They probably were.
and doing whatever hot girls do because Miss Diane was a hot girl.
And still is, just a little
Yeah.
older.
So I don't know what to tell you. Shamia mama, they was out there. And I ain't it ain't my business. And I shouldn't know about it. I should not be talking about Shamia and Portia's mama on a podcast.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I'm like, now why would you even bring that up, Shamia? But she really felt like she was doing
She was getting
what she
even.
needed to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like was like that's been on my heart. Like how?
yeah,
How could that possibly be on your heart?
yeah.
Even if it was true, let's say that Miss Diane really tried to hit on your daddy. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
happened, and that's what broke up the friendship. Like, okay, if that
Yeah,
really happened exactly the way that you said, I would have probably responded when it was brought up. I don't think you really want to go there because I don't think you know what happened before. Because your mama ain't gonna tell you. Because
yeah.
that's something that I would have said. Because that's the first thing that I thought of. Like, y'all don't know what y'all mamas. I know what my mama and them be doing because her and her sisters be slut shaming each other. Girl, I be all the time. I be cracking up. Like one time they had an argument about who was the whore. Like literally, you was the whore. No, she was the whore. But you was really the whore. And then they start
Mm-mm-mm.
comparing stuff. That's the only reason why I know some of their stuff. But, but mamas them don't tell their daughters about their whole years.
I mean, I wouldn't think so unless it was deliberate. You need a way to get back at them, Shamia. I'm your mama. Say this. That would not surprise me, and it just didn't go
I
well.
would
But
have never done that.
uh, ever, I really, yeah, I would have done it.
Because you don't never know what's gonna come back on you. That's
Right,
why. Because
right.
like real talk, I didn't really see. I'm not saying that what Shamia mama buying her business was cool, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's business. Like, it's
There was
business.
nothing cool about it.
Yeah, it
It
ain't
is business,
cool,
but
but it's big. In other words, it was nothing that she did that was illegal or immoral. You just didn't like it
mm-hmm.
because we were friends. But if you were former friends, you don't have no loyalty there. And if you tried to sleep with my husband, this just the icing on the cake.
According to
That's
Portia, he ain't sleeping. She didn't want to sleep with him because he ain't never had teeth.
ooh, girl, they tickle
Okay.
my soul. They
Mine
tickle
too,
my
Joy. I
soul.
look at that stuff a couple times a day. That one little clip, it cracks me up.
I
Couple
do.
times a day.
I was like, did she say teeth?
I
Because I,
thought I ain't never had no teeth.
cause I told you, if I don't believe nothing on either side, I believe one thing, and that is Papa Morton ain't don't never have his teeth in.
Okay.
But
Oh my
I just look
goodness.
here. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's it.
Let's just say,
That's it.
let me look down here. After finale, da, 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 who you think?
Lackluster.
Yeah, they say it's a three-parter. I think that Angela and them must be doing a lot of reading. Not just Angela. It's probably Angela and K Michelle. They might be doing a lot of reading because Andy swear up and down this is him, and he claims he and Portia been back and just looked at each other and was like, wow. He can, that's when he mentioned Nene in his podcast. He said it was just like the days of
Hmm.
Nene and Kim.
I hope it's as good as he's making it sound.
It
I really
usually
do because
is.
we know Angela's a mess. Angela is going to be. What did she tell Kelly? What did she tell? Oh my goodness. You spend $70,000 and you don't have a house, a room
Oh,
over your head, but you got a nice set of veneers.
that was stupid.
Yeah, that's going to definitely come up. So that's
That's
going to be
stupid.
funny.
That
Hmm.
that is pure stupidity.
I
There's
don't know that
no
I
way.
believe her. Oh, and did you hear her say that Phaedra got her free surgery?
But she
Was that her?
also said I got the same body. She made it clear that she
No,
did.
not Phaedra's body. Phaedra got the waffle lady free surgery.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yes, I have to find a clip. She said, "No, Phaedra helped me a lot. I think it's on the reunion. Phaedra helped me get this surgery for free." And I thought Phaedra's out here doing all kind of deals for people.
Yeah. I could see her running for office too.
I can't.
I can.
I
If I was a lawyer, I ain't a lawyer. I know anybody can run for office, but
oh
that's
yeah.
actually one of my little dreams.
Is it?
Hmm. I don't know if I would want to work for. I don't know if I would want to be a U.S. congressman or a state congressman. I know more about the U.S. government than I do my own state, which is kind of
Yeah.
sad. I'm not familiar with the county. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. I'm familiar, I vote every time, but I'm
Yeah.
usually looking. I just looked up, we vote tomorrow in our primary. I'm just looking up that stuff today because I fill out my card before I go
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
vote. So it's easy. I'll be in and out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I can see her winning, but I didn't. It threw me off because I'm like, why are you trying to do a Dr. Heavenly? And maybe
she is a
she's
lawyer, though. She's a
yeah,
lawyer.
yeah, she
Hmm.
is,
Like
and
she
you know,
studied
maybe
law.
it's something
Like,
she's always wanted to do, and
hmm,
so yeah, I mean, I can see it. I think, but how would people take her serious?
I would take her seriously because she has a law degree. I know that, and she's a practicing lawyer. So it's not like, yeah, she just so happens to be on a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
So I get, Angela Stanton in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
politics. She got a
Wait a minute,
point
did she
with
get
Trump.
elected? I mean, I knew she
No,
was,
but
but
she was
okay,
one of the fake electors.
okay,
Trump
okay,
had fake
yeah,
electors.
I can't.
Yeah, he pardoned her. He pardoned her.
Yeah, yeah, she'll be supporting him forever.
Yeah, he pardoned.
Anyway, yeah, no, let's
Yeah.
go for a
But
Phaedra.
yeah, she could do it. I could see her doing it. And
Yeah.
it's just like I said, she does have a law degree and she's a practicing lawyer. It's not like she was a lawyer, she ain't even working no more and she just doing reality TV. Like,
Hmm.
and she a beautician, so she deals with trying to keep your life and will put you in the ground. Yeah, so you know what I mean? So yeah,
But
I
wait a
can.
minute though. So she's had her mortician license, what do you have to have? But if you think about the clip where she was talking to the owner of the funeral home, she
Mhm.
said to him, I can't wait to get back involved. So
Oh yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so she seems to
yeah,
have her hand in a lot of things, but I'm not sure which one she works the most. You know what I mean? She
yeah.
does everything, but clearly that comment says she probably ain't saw him, and the only reason she's seeing him now is because they needed a little bit more on the TV show.
Right.
Doesn't sound like it's a normal thing, but
Yeah.
either way, I like Phaedra. I think she can do a little bit of whatever she wants to do. I'm glad she's on the
She's
show.
another
A
one
lot of
that has
people are
had many
not.
lives. I ain't mad.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't mad. I said
Yeah.
I said Phaedra worked just as hard as Pinky. like she in Jamaican, because Pinky got a million jobs too, and she got her hands in every pot.
Let me ask you real quick. When their little dispute at the reunion, Phaedra says Pinky has never apologized to me. About what? What I miss?
I think it's about her eating meat.
Oh, okay, okay. When Shamia got something else messed
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. The same way she got it messed up when she said Drew said I'm in love with him, and Drew said I didn't say that. Yes, you did. Okay. So Shamia's just doesn't hear good. Okay.
I don't think Shamia is the type. She's another one. I mean, Phaedra has done this before. You know, some people say things as tongue in cheek. You could be saying, "Oh man, I love that. Oh man, I love that about him," and they hear, you use the word love, and they like, "Oh, you love him?
Yeah. Getting
I
married
mean,
next
I like
month.
that." But yeah,
Yeah. And try to make it a really big deal. Yeah.
and
That's
then
kind of what
try
I
to
was
make it a
getting
really
from Shamia.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
I'm like, it's certain things, but I do agree with as a urban romance novelist, there is a difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
150%.
so
I absolutely do.
so I think so you could say, oh, I got love for him. That's
Yeah.
just a strong affection. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
necessarily mean
Hmm.
I'm ready
Hmm.
to get married, because if I'm in love with somebody, I want to be together.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
All right, people. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for
we'll
tuning in.
yeah, we'll be back next wait a minute, because the reunion, yeah, it is next Sunday.
It,
They're
it
not gonna
is
put it
next
off.
Sunday. Good.
Okay. That'll
So
be
we
good.
will see y'all next Sunday for season 17 reunion. Peace out,
Yes,
y'all.
yes, yes. All right, y'all. Peace out.